when you see a white empty room with a microphone in the center, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? My guess is a YouTube channel known as The First Take. In just 5 years, this channel has amassed 10 million subscribers and revolutionized the J-pop scene. But how did The First Take seemingly emerge out of nowhere? Do they really stick to just one take for each performance? And how does their choice of artists challenge the traditional Japanese music industry? In this video, I'll explore these questions by highlighting key moments in the channel's brief but impactful history. So, without further ado, let's get started. First, let's rewind to what the world of J-pop was like before 2020, before COVID, and before The First Take. At that time, many popular J-pop artists didn't have their music on streaming platforms, and even when they did, it was often incomplete. Music videos were often exclusive to Japanese viewers or available on DVDs included with physical albums. The J-pop industry largely ignored international audiences, content with Japan's position as the second largest music market globally and a top CD sales country. Despite rising stars like Yonezu Kenshi, Tsutomayo, and Yorushika bringing more attention to streaming in the late 2010s, the industry still largely neglected its online presence. This brings us to November 15, 2019, when an unknown channel called The First Take published its first video with Adu performing Narataju. The video got a decent amount of views and intrigued people with its simple yet unique concept. But what really got The First Take the attention of not just Japanese but international audiences as well is a video uploaded on December 6th, featuring Lisa's performance of gurenge from the popular anime, Demon Slayer. By stripping away the instruments and only leaving a piano for support, all eyes and ears are focused solely on Lisa. She then delivered one of the most impressive performances humanly possible, captivating the world with her sheer talent. The video went ballistically viral, and thanks to it, The First Take became a hot topic. Curiosity about the channel's origins started to grow, with many pointing to Sony Entertainment due to the frequent appearance of Sony artists. This speculation was later proven correct when details around the ownership of The First Take was made public. Just days after Lisa's viral performance, on December 15th, an unknown unit called YOASOBI released their debut single, Yoru ni Kakeru, which I'll touch on later. As The First Take's popularity grew, so did skepticism about the authenticity of its one-take concept. While we can't be 100% certain about any behind-the-scenes enhancements, a notable moment occurred on March 13, 2020, when Kanabun and Mosa from Necry Toki collaborated on Kanabun's hit song, Nai Mono ne Dari. During the second chorus, Kanabun's lead singer Maguro forgot to sing his part, creating one of the most memorable moments in The First Take's history. However, a channel-defining moment happened just a week later, when Kitamura Takumi from Dish performed Neko on The First Take. The song was written and composed by Aimyo, after being inspired by a movie Kitamura starred in. The video instantly took off in popularity, reaching 10 million views in its first month. It later became The First Take's first song to achieve 100 million views, and eventually overtake Lisa's gurenge to become the channel's most viewed video. What makes this moment so significant isn't just its popularity, but also Dish's status as a relatively unknown band. Yet, The First Take gave them a platform that elevated their music to a global audience. It perfectly encapsulates the essence of the channel: a microphone and a white studio, and one rule: you've got one take. Perform anything you like. Show us everything you've got for that one moment. Just pure and simple music. And now everyone knows their name. As Neko was gaining traction, COVID also started to spread in Japan, eventually forcing the Japanese government to declare a state of emergency. Which meant no more live shows, no more window shopping at Tower Records, and for The First Take, no more artists in the studio. However, they were quick to respond, as a new series called The Home Take was born. which included a performance of 夜にかける by YOASOBI's Ikura. By then, 夜にかける was already one of the most popular songs in Japan, with this music video reaching 10 million views on YouTube. For most people who are not familiar with the acoustic session unit, Pulasonica, that Ikura was part of, it was their first time seeing the mysterious singer behind one of the biggest hits J-pop has ever seen. And of course, the video took off in views and surpassed gurenge as the second most popular video on the first take. You might be wondering how all the performers happened to have studio-level microphones set up in their house. Well, they didn't. The first take actually sent them the equipment and taught them how to assemble everything. With the channel's commitment to music, they always provide top-tier microphones, even during the home take. Ikura uses a Neumann TL-M49, which costs around $1,700. And by the way, the microphone Kitamura Takumi used to perform Neko is a Sony C800G9X, which costs over $10,000. With COVID halting live performances and many TV shows, the lack of content prompted the first take to become a staple of J-pop fans' daily lives, further establishing the channel's position as a mainstream outlet for J-pop. It was during that period that the music industry was forced to modernize its approach towards online fanbase, both domestically and internationally, with the first take becoming the pioneer and golden standard. Before COVID and the first take, most of the Japanese industry was complacent and incredibly neglective of international audiences, with artists who focus on overseas markets like Baby Metal and Atarashi Gakko considered to be anomalies. The first take, however, opened a gateway for international fans to discover artists that normally wouldn't be promoted by mainstream media. When the pandemic started to ease and people returned to their normal lives, the first take has become an irreplaceable part of the Japanese music industry, and has been leading the way in its newfound motivation to reach more international audiences ever since. As the channel continued to feature artists with different backgrounds, from Yuri, Awesome City Club, Kesoku Bando, Hoshimachi Suisei, to Stray Kids and even Harry Styles, their selections are always based on one principle only: music. All artists who go into the studio are given the same opportunity to shine, as if they are in a coliseum where the only weapon at their disposal is talent. This philosophy, coupled with the rise of streaming services, has given smaller artists a better chance to compete with established pop stars who are backed by powerful labels. On August 18, 2024, the first take hit 10 million subscribers, with an estimation of around 30% being international subscribers, symbolizing J-pop's rapid growth abroad. Well, there you have it. The story of the first take, the YouTube channel that forever changed J-pop. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, share your favorite performances on the first take in the comment section. For the next video, I'll be listing 5 underrated performances on the first take, and maybe one of your recommendations will be featured. This has been Cushion. See you next time.